Okay, we're going to start with making the bottom of our basket, and we're going to then start weaving going up. So I have a bunch of tubes here. Depending on how big you want your basket, you're going to start with a different number of tubes. So if I want a large basket, I might start with 16 tubes. If I want to start with a smaller basket, I might start with 8. So I'm going to go with 8 to start. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so I have 8 tubes right here. I want to try and also make sure that they're all kind of the same length to start. Get these two little guys out of here and get two bigger ones. Okay, so I want my tubes to be roughly the same shape, size, thickness. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break these up into groups of 2, and I'm going to make them into like a little square. So I'm going to take my first set and put them down, and then my next set I'm going to put them down. My next set I'm going to put them down, and this last set I'm going to weave it over and under. So I'm going to go over these and under those. It's a little tricky because they want to roll, but I want to get this little square kind of in the middle of these tubes. So I want everything to kind of be even, and I want my tubes to be nice and even. This is going to be the bottom of my piece. You kind of see them. I'm trying to get these tubes to be nice and in the middle. Okay, so I have my little square here. Okay, I'm going to kind of bend these down and pull them together to try and get this nice square. So you can kind of see that I have this nice little square here, over, under, over, under. Okay, now holding this down, I'm going to grab my first tube, okay, to work with, and I'm going to fold it in half as best I can. That's good. Okay, I'm going to fold it in half. Okay, and I'm going to put it around one of my under pieces. So like, okay. So I'm going to put it probably right onto this. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to grab this, go under. Okay. It's a little tricky to get started, but okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to go onto this one. Here. Okay, there we go. 1, 2. There we go. That's the one I want. Here. Okay. Okay. So I have it looped around here. This is the procedure. You're going to take these 2 pieces. So I have my straw, my tube is kind of, I have a top and a bottom. Okay. I'm going to twist. So now I take my top piece is going to go to the underside, and my underside piece is going to go on the top, and I'm going to put it underneath the next set of 2. So there's 2. So now this one went under and this one went over. Okay. So the whole procedure for weaving is over, under, over, under, over, under, and you need to kind of make sure that you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I started here. My over piece went under the next one. My under piece went over here. I'm going to take it and I'm going to twist it again. So now I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to go around the next piece here. So my piece goes under and over. Okay, I can rotate it. My next piece, I'm going to twist it and then go under. So this first set of pieces, you really want to make sure that they're kind of tight, because this is going to be kind of the core of your basket. Okay. Now here's my tubes again. I'm going to twist it. You want to keep twisting it the same way. Okay, and I'm going to go under and over. And then I'm going to twist, go under and over, and twist, under and over. Now, my last one, I'm going to twist. You want to make sure you're kind of twisting in the same direction. So I'm kind of twisting so that my one piece kind of always goes to the outside. So here's my first round of tubes. Okay. You can kind of see that's my first round of weaving. And now I ran out of stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach my next tubes. Okay. if I can fit my tube just right inside there, then I'm fine. If I can't and I need to, you can kind of fold it to fit it in, but you should be able to kind of get it to just slide in. And if you can't get it to slide in, then what you can do is you can, where's my camera? Here we go. You can kind of flatten it and then fold it a little bit like that. So I flattened it and then I pinched it, and then that should be able to fit in the other row. Come on. Okay, so now I just made my tube longer, and now I can continue to go over and under and twist. So under and over. Oh, sorry. You're gonna go. So we're still going around 2 spokes. So I'm treating each of these 2 spokes as one. Okay, so I'm going over both of them. So I'm gonna go over and under. Okay, over, under. Okay, and I'm gonna keep going over and under until maybe I have about 3 or 4 rounds. Under, twist. You can kind of see that I'm just going to continually go over and under. Under, under. So I'm back to where I started from. So now I have two rows right now. Okay, depending on how big I want my base to be, I might do 1 more round, or I might stop. I think I'm going to stop just so I can kind of get to the next step. Once you have it around these 2 posts, now what we're going to do is we're going to separate these posts and treat them as individual posts. So I'm going to separate these 2, and now when I go over under, I'm going to go over under this one individually, and then I'm going to go over under the next one, and I just separated these 2 pieces. So you see this and this are separated now as opposed to together like this one. So now I'm going to go to my next grouping, and I'm going to separate these 2. And I'm going to go over and under this post. Okay, and then over under the next post. Okay, and now I'm going to need to add more newspaper tubes. So I'm going to add a tube to here, and add a tube to here. Okay, and now I'm going to separate these 2 posts, 1, 2. So I'm going to separate these. This is going to go over under. Okay, and then twist it over under. Okay, I'm going to separate these posts. I'm going to go over under. Here we go, over under. Okay, go to my next post. Separate them. Go over under. Okay, this is going to go over under. And all the while I'm trying to push to the center to make sure that my base stays nice and sturdy. Okay, and then my last 2 sets, over under. Go to my last set, twist, over under. And then my last one, over under. Over under. last one, over, under, over, under. So I'm back to where I started from here. So you should see now I have my pieces. So I should have one. If I start up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16. Okay, so I have 16 posts because I started with 8 pieces. Okay, so now each of my spokes, I'm going around individual pieces. So I'm going to just keep on weaving, and then depending on how wide I want my base to be, I'm going to keep on going. And I'm just going to keep on with that over under around my tubes. And then as I need my tubes to get longer, I just keep on adding to my pieces with my new tubes. So like I have right here, I'm going to need to add a tube here. I'm going to grab a new tube, stick it in, grab a new tube, put it in. Okay, so this is where the consistency of the size of your tubes helps, because now I can just easily feed the pieces into each other. So once I have my tubes, my base, the length, the width that I want, I'm going to start to go up my basket. And the way you're going to go up your basket is you're going to, I'm going to finish this round. Okay. And now to go up my basket, I'm going to take these pieces and I'm going to just kind of bend them upward. And so now when I start to lay in my tubes, I'm going to be focusing on going up rather than out. So here's my next piece right here. So I'm going to go up and around, and this piece I'm going to kind of have it be straight up. And then when I flip the next one, I'm going to have this piece go straight up. And then I'm going to have the pieces kind of go on top of that last row rather than next to it. So I'm going to twist. This is going to go straight up. I'm going to twist. This piece is going to go straight up, twist, straight up. I'm going to kind of push it down. So that's at the end, bottom of my piece. Twist. To kind of see that all of my posts now are sitting up as opposed to out. Up. Twist. And you want to make sure that as you're twisting, you're kind of twisting in the same direction again to make sure it's nice and consistent. Okay, I've got to add another tube. And you see I haven't used like any glue, it's just the fact that it's just how these tubes are kind of fitting into each other is keeping it together. Okay, twist. Put this one up. Okay. You want to make sure you're twisting in the same direction. Try and keep everything nice and tight always, because that's going to be the hallmark of a sturdy basket, is how tight you keep these pieces. Okay, and I'm pushing it down to make sure that I'm getting into the getting to the base of my piece. Okay, so I just did one complete row. Okay, that's one complete row. Oh, I gotta do one more. Okay, goes underneath and around. Okay, and now I'm back to the beginning. If you did it correctly, you should have, it should be every other one, so it should be over, over, and then under, over. So this is under, over, under. Okay, you want to make sure that your everything is the way it's supposed to go. So like over, under, over. Okay, and you're gonna just keep on weaving in and out, in and out, in and out, until you get your basket to the height that you want it. So right now I have one row right there, and I'm going to keep on going until I get it tall enough. And if I want my basket, or I want it to be taller, I can keep on adding to the length, the height of these to make it go up higher. But really this should be big enough for you to kind of have your basket. And again, if you want your basket to kind of go out, just kind of keep angling these pieces out a little bit to make sure you kind of get more of a basket, like goes wider. Okay, but that's the procedure. You're going to do twist, and then you just keep on going around the spokes until you get it to the height that you want. And then I'll show in the next video how to end the basket, but this is how to get it started.